Now, the first thing that's actually standing out to me is it takes up quite a lot of vertical real estate just at the top. And one of the principles that I teach for lowering physical resistance is you want to reduce clicks, keystrokes, and scrolls. And one really underlooked way that you can reduce scrolls is just this like margin and padding at the top. Now, the headline has the most impact on your landing page because it's the thing that 100%, or at least close, very, very close to 100% of people read. So usually the biggest lever you can pull is just changing this first sentence, because as soon as the page loads, people's eyes dart to this. And from there, they're going to decide if they're going to look at anything else, right? They don't go, oh, that's nice. Like, what does the bottom of the page have to say? And then make decisions based off of this. This has the most impact. So split testing your headline and trying to find more compelling headlines is the easiest way to double, if not triple, the conversion rate of your landing page. So he has fixed knee pain without injections or surgery and return to an active lifestyle you love. Not bad. You can tell he's in the With You program. So he's got my formula for a headline is I like a feeling or an emotion and a result or an outcome. Right, so fix knee pain without injections or surgery, return to an active lifestyle you love. Now, what we can do is, if we want to improve the headline, we either swap out the result or the outcome for a more compelling result or an outcome, or we change the emotion or the feeling to make it more compelling. Now, an easy way to swap out results or outcomes is ask, okay, if I fix knee pain and return to an active lifestyle, like then what happens? Or you can get more specific. So if we do active lifestyle, not too bad, but can we find a way to articulate that more specifically? Because the human brain is interesting and lazy. It will just read what you write, and then it won't make connections to then what happens, then what happens, then what happens. This would be good. So we can also make the result more compelling. Now, you've got in 12 weeks in the sub-headline. I think this would be more impactful if you put it into the headline. So where my brain's going is fix knee pain without injections or surgery so you can return to your active lifestyle 12 weeks from today. That would be more compelling because there's a time constraint to it as well. The background image, I'm not sure what photo this is. It's kind of just like this blurry thing. I think the background image of a landing page is a massively underutilized piece of real estate because it follows the user pretty much wherever they go. This blurry thing is okay. It's certainly better than like a solid white or a solid black. But you're missing an opportunity here to build more trust. And the easiest way to build more trust, both in ads and on landing pages, is just include human faces. And so if you were to change this background image to perhaps a photo of like you treating a patient, that will build so much more trust. This happens all the time with our With You members. They'll have a background image of like a stock image or something like that. And I'm like, just get a photo of you and a patient and put in the background image. And that probably alone often doubles the conversion rate of their landing page. One thing here is the VSL doesn't automatically play. What I like doing, and some marketers say not to because it reduces, I think it's something with SEO, but SEO is nerds, like just advertise. We don't teach SEO in the With You program because we don't enroll cowards. But I like having the video autoplay. Now it will autoplay without sound. I can see that you've already got subtitles or captions burnt in there, because what that means is like we read this, and then if the video is playing, your eye's drawn to the movement. And so it will draw to the video and then start just reading what you're saying in the captions. Now let's have a quick listen.
If you're here, then you probably clicked an ad because you have patella tendon pain or pain below the kneecap and saw that we have helped over 2,000 people overcome it. And every time you think it's getting better, something flares up again. There is a reason, and it's not just because you are unlucky.
I think this is good. The first thing that I'll look at is the setting. So the setting clearly is some kind of like physio space, which is good. However, it does kind of just look like, take this with a grain of salt, it kind of just, with the way that it's framed, it kind of just does look like a spare room. So if you have like a front desk or something that looks a little bit more like, oh yeah, this is like a public space that people go into, I think that would be more effective. Again, that's a tiny detail. It's not going to have a massive impact, but again, marketing is always dials, not switches. We're just trying to dial everything up a little bit. I think you've missed an opportunity to include B-rollers here. Like if if you could have B-roll of you helping clients there, that would achieve a similar effect to changing the background image. Ah, cool. Here's another thing that a lot of people miss. So it says next step, start your assessment. It's not too bad. However, you've done the right thing in making it feel like you're starting a process by completing this form, but this idea of start your assessment, that's a little bit vague. We need to, when the brain's lazy, we need to find opportunities to be more specific. So the visitor's always thinking like, what's in it for me? And so start your assessment. The idea of an assessment, like it's not clear what's in it for me. So I would do something like next step, answer a few questions to tailor your treatment. Then it's clear, it's like, oh, I'm answering these questions to tailor my treatment so I can get better. The assessment alone is like, I don't know if this is gonna fix me or not. Which best describes your current situation? I have pain below the kneecap, I have pain behind the kneecap, I have pain around the kneecap, I have pain inside the knee, other unsure. Yeah, this isn't too bad. Like this is my favorite question. Again, I can tell you on the Withu program, which best describes you. There's probably, this is also good because it's multi-choice. There's probably an opportunity to engage more of the emotional brain in the first question. So for example, I think this would be more effective if it was like, which best describes you? I've been experiencing pain for months and have just kind of ignored it, or I have pain so bad it's preventing me getting involved in sports. So they can see like, that's where my life is getting affected and that's me, and then they start it. Whereas I have pain below the kneecap, I have pain behind the kneecap, like that's, I'm sure it's useful for you, but I probably wouldn't make it the first question. Yeah, how long have you been dealing with this for? See, this would actually be a better first question, question number 3, because it's more emotionally engaging. Cool, now we get to the testimonial section. Here, Etienne's, I'm not pronouncing that right, but hear this person's story. This would be more compelling. So again, the customer's constantly thinking like, what's in it for me? I don't know who Etienne is. I don't even know how to pronounce their name. And so what we want to do is we want to make it clear like what's in it for the user, or the prospect, right? So hear how Etienne achieved X, Y, Z, because then the landing page visitor can go, oh, I'm experiencing X, Y, Z. What did Etienne have to say about that, right? Because I can't relate to Etienne's name, but I can relate to their story. I just don't know what that story is without clicking it. So if you just make it clear, hear how Etienne overcame this or achieved this, I can see myself in the, I want to overcome that or I want to achieve that. Then I'm more likely to play it because I don't know who Etienne is. Like I don't care about his story or his story, whatever. Same thing with the background image. Like you've just got like a solid green that loses a little bit of trust. I like having humans in the background. Google reviews are good. And then, yep, plenty of written testimonials for those who need to get back to an active lifestyle ASAP. Court-based athletes. Yeah, cool. That's all really good. Hi, I'm Sam. Good. That's all really good too. Yeah, sweet. Overall, I think this is quite good. I think if you change that headline, it'll be really impactful. Get the video to autoplay, put some B-roll at the start, change that call to action, answer a few questions to tailor your treatment. What's Etienne's story? Like what did they achieve or avoid? So we can like actually relate to that. But yeah, not too bad. Not too bad, Sam.